Mama Tina, Mama Papa and everyone lived in the buses and the tumble-down shacks. Home sweet home was Jackson's track. If only could I turn the time back, mix with the lovers and the lumberjacks. Listen to the echo of the old broad axe, rang through the hills of Jackson's track.
Well, it's a very fine day here today, and this is our favourite show happening, isn't it? What's it called, Sandy Mullet?
Welcome to Kurnai Connections.
Hooray! I know. Who's on today?
Raymond will be on today. He's my brother-in-law, who
Otherwise known as Putty.
known as Putty. That's his nickname, because all Aboriginal people have nicknames. He's into a lot of artefacts. He's done a lot of cultural heritage work over at Wilson's Promontory. He's been on islands over there. He's done some cultural heritage around in West Gippsland. So he's been around collecting things, but he's also into history, old photographs. He collects other things. So, well, he's like an artefact himself. Roy.
Exactly right. Putty Dow. Roy. Ray.
Ray.
There you go. You don't even know your own brother-in-law's name.
So it's Roy Raymond he likes. That's his real name.
Okay, well, let's go and see what he's got to tell us, shall we? It's Pud Dow, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's your name, isn't it, Pud?
That's right.
Well, it's one of them, because another one's Ray, and I think you've got a few more.
I don't want to go into that, I told you that. No, you can delete all that, though.
Okay, now, you were actually born in Carlton, you said?
Yeah, that's right, back in 54. And I still got the same birth certificate. It was done on cardboard back then.
Cardboard?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the only one in the family that's got one.
On cardboard?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good claim to fame. I won't ask any questions, but that's great. Cardboard. Now, you're one of 20 kids, aren't you? Didn't your mum, Auntie Joyce, have 20 kids? I'm sure she did.
Hang on. Hang on, I thought it was 18.
Oh, maybe it was 18. Anyway, 18, 20,
18,
6 of one, 18. Half a dozen of another.
Yeah, 18 of us.
And your mum was a real good looker for having all those kids. She looked immaculate right up till the end.
Yeah, she did, Mum. Yeah.
Now, she spent a lot of time up at Lake Tyers, didn't she?
Yeah, she was born up that way. Her grandmother was old Ellie May. I got a good photo of her if you wanted to see it too. I can't remember how many in her family, you know.
And what about your dad? Where did he come from?
He come from up Leeton way. He knocked around with Roy Rose, and through that he met Mum. And, well, that's about it for them, yeah.
And did you spend time up at Lake Tyers before your mum brought you down here, or what?
No. I spent a bit of time out on the highway.
That's when everyone got thrown off Jackson's track, isn't it?
Yeah, around that time we spent a couple of weeks living in the bush in a tent. We had bunks, and it was sort of an old army tent back then, and it was quite comfortable actually. And then the white man come along and said we got a week or two to get a house, or they're taking us away. And
taking the kids away?
Yeah. So we moved to Druin out on old Eddie Morton's place out of Bullam Road, and from there that was back in the early 60s, and from there we moved to Druin in 71.
Well, they were still living at Jackson's track then, weren't they, or not? No.
No. No, only old Youpie and Darryl lived there then.
And you've got pretty good memories. You'd hare around the bush there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And you grew up with the fantastic Lionel Rose, didn't you?
Yeah. He was part of our life. And still is. I got memories, you know.
Too right. And back in those early times, did he sort of, do you think he had a dream to sort of hit it big time in boxing, or did it just sort of happen?
Oh no, there's no doubt he knew he was going to be number one. And he proved it.
He sure did.
Yeah, that's right.
And you knocked around in the boxing rings too, didn't you?
Had a couple of fights in the tents because we were short of money. That's about it.
Oh, so you got a quid out of it?
Yeah, they threw silver in, and yeah, we were happy with that. Yeah.
Are you enjoying Putty's yarns so far?
Yes, I am. He's got a lot to tell.
He does. Ripper. See you after the break.
Welcome back to Kurnai Connection. We're in downtown Druin, in my backyard.
We certainly are, and we're heading back off to see what else Putty Dow's going to tell us. You got a couple of very special memories about Lionel, Slim?
Now you put me on the spot.
Well, you've got some memorabilia too, haven't you? You've got him.
Oh yeah, I got a $10 note and a $1. A $10 note from Hong Kong, which he gave to me back in 1969. And there was an American $1 note he gave to me at the same time. And we were drinking here in 2008, and I popped him out and he signed it for me. After all those years, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And you've got a sort of a program of all of his fights. You reckon he did 12 fights in 1 year?
Yeah, I haven't counted it for a while, but it was close to 12, I think. It's on there, I just got to add it up, yeah. That would have been 67 or 66. He was fighting anybody back then. And yeah, he got good experience from that too, there's no doubt.
Now you spend a bit of time you've collected a lot of artefacts, haven't you, over the time?
Oh yeah. Thousands of them over the last 20 years or something.
And what are some of your most exciting, famous, favourite pieces?
Grinding stones, and there's a grinding rock they carted around with them, and yeah, that's the best I've done. A lot of flakes that they use because of all the scarring on it. There's quite a few of them that were found out on Boom Road.
Now, I've heard about flakes, but what were they used for?
Well, cutting material, cutting the meat or, whatever. Spearheads they made out of it. And, yeah, they had a variety of uses, yeah.
And a few axes?
I haven't found one personally, but one was, a green axe was found over near them south, back in the 80s I think it was, and the farmers handed back to the local Aboriginal here, and I thought that was a good thing for them to do.
Too right. And
I hope a lot more people. We're not going to go on their land and take their land, but it'd be nice to record the path they took over many thousands of years.
Well, that's right, because I know that I don't think they're so bad now, but I know some people got a bit paranoid and they thought, we're going to lose all our lands, but that's not the way it goes at all.
No, not even close to that. Nothing like that, actually. It's just recording our family tree, if you'd call it that, and we got a long way to date back. So that's why, with help from the white man, we can record a lot of this,
Fantastic. And now that green stone you talk about, now that comes from South Australia somewhere, doesn't it? It would have been a trade object.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
That's like that axe of mine, isn't it?
Yeah, same material.
Well, I found that around Poong in the pea paddock. It's a beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the second best one I've seen.
And I seem to remember that you know how to make a canoe.
No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh, geez, I thought we could go for a paddle, good, you know.
No, I've never made a canoe.
I could have sworn it was you who was going to get some bark from a timber mill and whip one up, no?
I was going to try.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Russell, he made a canoe.
Russell Mullet?
Mullet, yeah. I can't remember seeing it, but yeah, they told me it looked like a canoe.
Well, he would have learnt a few tricks from his dad, dear old D.A., wouldn't he? Because he made boomerangs, old Darryl Tonkin.
Yeah, he did too, yeah.
I remember him telling me that the best boomerangs were from the base of the tree down near where you've got a bit of a root going above the ground.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, yeah. It is the best. It doesn't break, you know, and that's what it's all about, yeah.
Have you made boomerangs?
I've made hundreds over the years, yeah. At least 100.
Huh?
Oh, maybe more, yeah.
And do they come back?
Oh, yeah, I've had... One was sold in Nearham South. I sold it to a mate of mine very cheap for his kids, and it come back and he got 3 stitches in his head. And so they were automatically thrown on top of the wardrobe and never thrown again. I'd like to get them back, actually.
Well, that's a great success story, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when they put a new road in, like Vic Roads or whoever it is, they'll actually call you in to just make sure there's no artefacts don't they? What do you do?
Yeah, they send somebody along, you know. I don't do that anymore. I've been sick, but yeah, they send somebody along and they check the area out first before they start ripping, and if they think there's anything there, they'll get the boys back to have a real good look.
Well, that's good of them, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they're spot on, Vic Road, yeah.
And now you've got that out in your shed. Well, you're going to set your shed up as a sort of a bit of a keeping place and a place where you can teach kids about Aboriginal history?
Well, tell the story. I'd like to do it in the future with school kids, and there's be enough room for them to stand around and have a bit of a chat.
And that map that you showed me that Lionel gave to you, that's a ripper map. What's the go? Yeah,
I got that off him back in the 80s, and I don't know where he got it from, but it is a good one. Yeah, it was done back in the 60s. They've probably changed it a bit since then, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything recent. It's
like a sort of tribal map of Australia.
Yeah. It's I can't remember how many tribes on it, but yeah, there was 200 and something or something back then.
And you've got all those beautiful old photos of Jackson's Track, all those beautiful sepia photographs.
Yeah, I've got about a couple hundred of them. I'd like to have them all on display. Well, maybe not all, but all the ones I think is significant, that kind of stuff. That's
a very special storehouse of memories, that is.
Yeah, it is. Records our Christmas trees, which was sponsored by the Herald Sun back in them days, the 50s and 60s. They sponsored all that. And it was run by Alec Jacomos, and Dick Seekers, and there was a couple others. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they done a great job. Yeah, they were just brilliant.
Yeah, well, that was really good.
It was, yeah. That was done. Some of that was done out on Jackson's track, and then they moved to Robin Hood down there to the river, and that was excellent.
And now, in part of your collection of bits and pieces, I see you've got a bit of that blackfellas bread.
Yeah, I found it out on Wollum Road site, and I brought it home. Yeah, I thought I'll bring it home just to show the grandkids.
It's good looking stuff. It's sort of in the truffle family, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And what you reckon, when you found this bit, you thought, geez, that wouldn't feed a tribe?
Yeah, and then the grader went over the clay, and then I seen it. It was as big as the kitchen table, you know, and then I understood how they got there so much bread. Yeah.
Holy moly! So that big, all one piece.
Yeah, it was huge. I don't know how far it went down, but it was big. Yeah.
Well, I've only seen smaller ones out in the pea and spud paddock, you know, like about not even as big as a football. That's the biggest I've seen. I didn't know they were that big. And I've tried eating it, and it's pretty awful. And I chucked some in my open fire, and that was like a rocket. But there's obviously a special way to prepare it, because do you know?
No, I don't know, but archaeologists told me Pepper, I can't remember his first name, but he told me, yeah, you got to treat it or something. I honestly can't remember now. And he didn't know how to do it, but he said that's what they told him, and yeah.
One of those secrets that's died out with the ancients.
Yeah, unless somebody knows and can come and give us a little demo, it'll be quite good.
Fantastic. Well, that was a lovely little story out of you, Pud. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Did you enjoy Puddy's story?
Yes, I certainly did, Chrissy. It was very interesting.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? And what about his boomerang actually came back?
Did it now? Is that the story he told you? Well, they do come back.
And he's hoping it'll come right back to him. But just before we go off to the ad break, your dad used to make a fine boomerang, didn't he?
Yeah, he was... The elders, the men, used to ask him to take him out the bush, and they'd pick a piece of the part of the boomerang that they wanted to chop up and bring it back, and then they'd make it into a boomerang.
Now, I believe you know the next chap that's going to be on after the break, Lionel Rose Jr.
Yes, I do. I believe that he's a rap singer, so that should be a good session.
Okay, after the break.
Welcome back to Kurnai Connections.
And Junior boy, Lionel Rose Jr. He's related to you, no doubt?
Yes, he is. It comes from a musical background, and he's a rap singer, and he writes his own material and puts his music to it, and hopefully gets his message across in his songs.
Fantastic.
Cemetery full of people that I used to know. Keep you in my heart, never forget your soul. Family coming back, I still wish that though. I hope you're looking down while I stand alone. Send a sign from up above just so I can know. I know you want your number, I can find my own. Turning 21, look how much I've grown. Life's about to begin, you can watch my show. Been around the traps, there's nothing to see. I've been in many fights, even 1-on-3. I'm moving plenty covers, there's nothing to eat. I see my people struggle, bring it to a knee. Time to turn the table. listen now, boy. Pick it up, you a natural boy. Playing the guitar was my only damn toy. Found the ball, I learned to kick it. I hit the beat hard, Byron Pickett. I could've made it, that's what they told me. Kicking goals now, Junior Boy Rioli. Yeah, I could never ask for more. The family that I love and the talent so raw. Yeah, I seen the rain and I saw it damn pour, but the sun is shining through, that's how I open to the door. Yeah, leave it open, I'm coming. And when I see it closing, I'ma hit the ground running. Junior boy, you ain't stopping me for nothing. Put the pain on this track, now your bitch is saying nothing. I've seen the struggle and I've seen the pain. I've seen the sun and I've seen the rain. Without you, it just ain't the same. My words can't explain. Yeah, my words can't explain. Yeah, my words can't explain. My words can't explain. Without you, it just ain't the same. Never stop on even letting down a bit. Making new songs is the motherfucker shit. I don't give a damn if the candle's even lit, cause I'ma take the cake and only leaving you ahead. Surprising myself, I need to stop to have a think. My hands in cold water, so I shake it in the sink. Looking in the mirror just to watch myself blink. See myself laughing, so I have another drink. Cheers to Junior Boy and to whoever's doing good. I think I found a word that made them understood. If you're living in the yard, if you're living in the hood, I'ma cut it all down, make it all equal. One more time for my family in the sky. Look at the pain that you left behind. But don't kill a skin scar on mine. Australian indigenous, one of a kind. I've seen the struggle and I've seen the pain. I've seen the sun and I've seen the rain. Without you, it just ain't the same. My words can't explain. Yeah, my words can't explain. Yeah, my words can't explain. My words can't explain. Without you, it just ain't the same.
Well, that's the end of the program from Kurnai Connections today. Hopefully we'll look forward to the next episode.
Absolutely. I'm certainly looking forward to the next episode, and we hope you are too. See you then.
Civilization's moving along. Jackson's track has long since gone. It's gonna live in my memory. Home for my mama and my papa and me. If only could I turn the time back, mix it with the lovers and the lumberjacks. Listen to the echo of the old broad axe rang through the hills of Jackson's track.
Stop! Stop! Well, it's a very fine day today, isn't it, Sandy Mullet?
Yes, it is, Chrissy, today, yeah.
And we're back with our favourite show, which is called?
Kurnai Connections.
No, Kurnai Connections. I'll come back.
Okay, start again.
Well,
start again.
Well, it's a very fine day here today, and this is our favourite show happening, isn't it? What's it called, Sandy Mullet?
Welcome to Kurnai Connections.
Hooray! I know. Did you
Maybe I should look at you.
Did you enjoy Putty's story?
Yes, I certainly did, Chrissy. It was very interesting.
I know Corduroy Road ain't much to some, but to my mama and my papa and everyone lived in the buses.